Hey, it's been a while, huh? Currently recording this at about fucking 4 to 3 in the morning on the 3rd of spooky month, October. I'm here to tell you where I've been. Well, basically the past month. I did write down what I wanted to um, talk to you guys about, just so I don't get too off track, so I can get this video out finally. Been wanting to do it for the past days to kind of update you guys on where I'm at and what I'm planning to do and whatnot. I'll give you guys a an update like I used to do in the past. Let's talk about my unplanned break or my hiatus. Um, I took in September, aka last month. That last week that I streamed, which was on the 11th of September, from what I looked on my Twitch page. I was planning to play another game the week after, and what I wanted to do was make some really important assets for that stream, and well, I can now say that they are the main part of it is done. The main part of it I wanted to do is done, but there's another aspect of it that I much tacked on and kind of prolonged the finishing the project. But that is not the main reason why I've been away for the month of September. There is other things that I would like to explain. My brain is trying to stop right now. This is why I wrote all my talking points down so I wouldn't get too off off track, of course, and I can explain to you guys properly. Uh, Again, where I've been, what's been going on, and why I took a sudden break in September. For those of you, I'm just gonna explain this as quickly as I can. For those of you who do not know, in last year, June, the day after Father's Day, my dad had a stroke at work, and because of that, he was hospitalized for about 2 to 3 months, and then they put him in one of those what do you call them? Those shit. I don't even know what it's called, man. Those damn. I really can't think of the word. What the hell it was called? Basically, those places where people who are recovering get sent to. After hospital. It's like one of those places. Sometimes, well, people don't leave there and they just kind of stay there, especially if they don't have like family coming to see them. It's not exactly. It's not a retirement home. It's like can't think of the word for it right now. I'm sorry. You guys probably know uh what I'm probably talking about. Yeah. So like for 2 months he was in a coma. Eventually woke up, then sent him to another hospital where he put tubes in his neck. Couldn't properly talk. I really don't want to think back to those times because, needless to say, he's doing way better now. So anytime I have to bring up those 6 months, I just see the images of him flash in my mind, and you know, I hated seeing him like that. Of course, when he got out of the hospitals and got sent to the place like to recover afterwards, it was much better seeing him then because he was, awake, aware, conscious. But I'm getting too into like like this, like, again, that was a year ago. But the point is, he is only 1 year into his recovery from that, and uh, when he had his stroke, he lost feeling in his left arm and his left leg, and a little bit of his sight in his left eye. Though that seems to be coming back, or if it is kind of already back, like now. But he still cannot use his left arm and his left leg, and he uses a wheelchair to get around the house. Now, more so, he's able to do a lot more of on his own, but I still help him with whatever he needs, of course, and that's practically my job now, is being here, house, and helping my dad, whatever he needs. You know? He goes to therapy once out of the one day out of the week, and they're currently helping him try to walk. Yeah, and as I said, he's doing much better now, but he's still in the recovery process and still has a long ways to go. And God, pray to God that he will get the the feeling back in his left arm and his leg, and he will be able to use them again. You know, hoping that will happen, because once it does, I'm sure that will cheer him up. You know, very very much, and he'll be very happy to be able to do a lot more than he can do now on his own. You know, but that's the situation. And that's how it's been since last year. Again, I'm just telling you guys this for anybody who's not aware of you know that situation, and basically why I am pretty much housebound because of that. Because I look after my dad, because he's able to do a lot more. Slowly he's been able to do a lot more things on his own. So I've been able to get a little bit more free time, to myself in like the recent months. That's nice. Yeah. Not having to worry as much, because I used to worry that he might like fall uh or anything like that. But he's gotten a real handle on being able to put himself in his own wheelchair in the mornings and take himself to the bathroom as well, and wheel himself around the house and back to his room. But he wasn't doing that for like a long time. He, of course, because his body was still weak, when he had barely gotten home for the first time, and that's all. That was all the start of when it happened last year. He's made much improvement since then. A lot, a lot. So he's doing well. If you guys are wondering, and again, I've only started to get a little bit more time to myself as recently. So one of the reasons I've been away. because I'm barely getting that time now. My next thing is I didn't say anything about me going away, taking a break, having a hiatus because IRL I am an introvert. I the definition matches very well with me and how I am IRL. You know, though you may not think of it too much when you come. For those of you who used to swing by my streams, or maybe have caught me in, chatting other streams too, you may not think that, but that is the cool. That is the truth. You know, that's how I am when I am not Scar. You know, the person behind Scar. That's who I am. Because of that, you know, uh, as days went by without me saying anything, I'm like, I don't even know what I would like what I would say if I were to say something, so I just kind of let it go and didn't make any sort of announcement. Not to mention that making announcements is really hard for me. Hell, this one I'm making right now, taking me quite a bit, to get out there to you guys, but I'm doing it nonetheless because I believe that I owe you guys a bit of explanations and an update so that you don't worry about me. I have gotten a couple people who were asking where I was, and I told them what was up briefly, not in full, but that I should be back relatively soon. You know, that's what I said briefly. Uh, yeah, because of that, it's really that as well. The reason why I haven't even been on the Discord as of late either, because of it's like I've been away from stream and I feel like I stepped away from everything else as well. So I just pretty much didn't touch anything. I'm sorry about that. I'm not I'm not as socially active as some other people that I know or that I watch. I never really post like anything on like my Twitter either, besides like my going live notifications. Because I honestly don't know what the hell I would post about. That funny thing where you would post about like I just took a shit, and then you get like a bunch of likes randomly and stuff like that. I can't make random fuck ass posts like that. I can't. I can't. I just can't. You know, it's not really a thing that I do. If anything, the most interaction that ever happens with me is literally at my streams because that is the place where you know people swing by and they watch and they ask me how I'm doing, and I more inclined to talk on my streams because that's where I feel most comfortable to talk. I streaming has always been an outlet for me to um be a bit more open, more than I am like IRL, because it feels like more comfortable that way. Talking behind this little cutie right here, of an avatar, PNG, whatever you want to call it. It does make me happy at the end of the day whenever I did stream and shared my gaming experience with you guys, especially if it was something I was playing for the first time. uh, but yeah, the asset that I wanted to make for the game I was going to play, I had to do that thing where I make it, or I takes like 1 to 2 days to make whatever the hell I'm making, you know. And then once it's like solid, it's a solid like product. I take a look at it and then I stare at it. I'm like, I don't know about this, and I go to sleep. I wake up the next day. I literally look at it, and I'm like, oh wait, yeah, that's pretty good. And I'm like, yeah, we could use that now. It's like the shit with me whenever I make things and assets. I always have fucking artist block. I always do. I'm my own worst fucking critic on approving my own assets because I make them myself pretty much. I've gotten more confident with doing pixel work the past year or two because before that, I would just be like, oh, I need like some kind of source from somewhere, or I need like I need something uh that already kind of exists, and I just like maybe tweak it a little bit. But in the recent years, I gotten way more comfortable with making my own original assets, and it's because of that making assets or projects takes a lot longer now because I want it to be just right. You know, I want it to feel right as well. I don't want it to be half-assed, which the asset that I was making in the beginning was definitely scuffed. But as I looked at it more and more, I was like, no, I'm getting a little bit of a bigger picture here. I can make this look so much better. Like, it's kind of crazy how well it ended up coming out, this asset that I'm talking about. I'm not going to tell you what it is, and I'll just have to hope that you see it in the coming weeks. Because that game that I was going to play, I still want to get around to playing it. Though I am not sure if I'm going to push it till after October. It all depends because I have a list of games that I want to play for Spooky Month. I've already decided on one, but I still need to decide on some other ones. So eventually, if not soon, you guys will be able to see what I've been working on. And I hope that you like it. It's not just for me that I make it for. I always also make it for your guys' enjoyment as well. Because that's always the best when I make something that I like, and you know you guys might like it too. Yeah, I also think that honestly, I was like thinking about like taking a break like for a while as I started to get a little bit overwhelmed with having to make my own, you know, make thumbnails for my uploads and making sure that I get I get those thumbnails done because if I don't, then I can't like release the uploads till I have a thumbnail done. Everything then they just stay, you know, in unlisted mode until I get all that done. I, so it's a lot of work. A lot of work doing like my own thumbnails and stuff. But I do them because I want my you know my streams when they become videos or VODs, whatever you want to call them. You know, I want them to look presentable. Of course, maybe somebody along the line will see my stuff and be like, "Oh, this looks interesting," and they'll give it a look. You know, and that might have some new eyes on the channels and the streams. You know, but I was getting a bit really overwhelmed with that for a bit, especially when like I would take like a couple days to like get the thumbnails done because I just wasn't feeling up to it. Like I have a format of how I do my thumbnails, and I don't really do anything too innovative unless I'm really feeling it. Like a couple of nights, and I get a little bit creative. But other than that, it's kind of the same format for the most part. But I do try to make them look as interesting as I can without putting too much time into it. You know what I mean? So we could have it out within a reasonable time. Because there was a time when I was uploading my VODs, and I want to say we were backed up like 2 weeks from like the current thing I was playing on YouTube. By on YouTube I mean on YouTube we were backed up like 2 weeks with the VODs videos. Um, I'm trying to word this right. Basically, uh, by the time the the first video of like a game I was playing was up on YouTube, we were already 2 weeks in, over on Twitch, live. So that's what I mean by we were backed up, and that didn't feel too well with me. But I kind of still do the same thing. Where like things are now like put out like a week after. At least they were, when I was streaming. Uh, but I do want to keep them. I do want to upload them as soon as possible. I don't want to linger on them. You know, I want to, as soon as streams are done, edit it all together. Okay, make the correct cuts, and download it, upload it to YouTube, have it sit in the unlisted until I make the thumbnails, and then once the thumbnails are done, I set them to premiere on the YouTube channel. Uh, every 3 to 4 days out of the week. Usually the days I'm not streaming, technically they premiere. I used to watch the premieres um on YouTube for my own channel, but I haven't had the time to, and for some fucking reason my phone didn't let me watch my own goddamn streams premieres. For some reason it would lag, and it wouldn't let me watch the damn thing unless I waited for like 30 minutes or some shit. So I got really irritated. And I was like, I can't fucking do this shit anymore. So, I gave up watching my own premieres. I tried. It was working for like in the beginning, but just I don't know, technical problems. I guess we could chalk it up to. Again, if it worked, I would. I would watch my own premieres of my shit again. Uh, okay. But as I was saying, I was feeling like I needed a break soon. Like even before September. I was really thinking about September, like for quite a bit. Like I don't know what I want to do this month. Like I really said that to myself. Like I don't know what I want to do this month, man. What do I want to play? What do I want to do? I really didn't have a plan. So I think, being honest, to be honest, going forward, I think if we're still streaming, for a couple more years, I want to say that maybe we make September our break month, our month to recoup and reciprocate, and refresh ourselves, and then come back in spooky season and get back into the flow of it. I think that would be good going forward. If maybe we make September our month for R&R. You know, you know, fingers crossed we're still doing this for a couple more years, which I do want to. I still want to stream. I want to stream it for as long as I can go and be a happy little bean. And who knows, maybe even get an actual model someday, as I still want to. But I think going forward, we that will be a good idea. Just chalk down September to be the break month. I think that'll be good for my health and for giving me time to come back, more revitalized and ready to put on a show for you all. Well, I wrote down two things. I'm gonna technically one of them has two things in the same category. I just lumped them together. So the first thing, what have I been up to? I got back on the Battle Cats grind this month. So much so that four. I completed the 4 crown uncanny, not uncanny. Uncanny is the second part. Legend Stories of Legend. That's what it is. Yeah, I completed all the stages of 4 crown Stories of Legend, and I unlocked Eden. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, then it's okay. I'm just talking about Battle Cats. If you know, you know. But I finished 4 crowning um, Stories of Legend, and I unlocked Eden, which is the unit you get for completing all the levels in 4 crown and then beating the stage to unlock him. And then I beat the other stage too, when we're really like your timing has to be fucking on point, or you get fucking wrecked in the true form stage. But yeah, I finally got that done, and funny enough, because I did that, I now only go on Battle Cats to do like the dailies and some little events that pop up. But other than that, if I'm out of energy, I'm like, okay, I said it. Like, I'll come back to that maybe when it's nighttime. But yeah, 4 crown took a long time. But once I once I completed all the 3 crowns, I basically went back up the list and swept across whatever 4 crowns I had left. I had done a lot of 4 crowns some time ago, like the most difficult ones. I like did it. The way I did my 4 crowns was I worked my way from the fucking top, the most difficult ones. I worked my way down. I did all the major chapters too with the bosses and shit because I wanted them out of the way. Because I told myself if I was ever gonna 4 crown all this shit, I want all these difficult stages out of the fucking way, so I could just cruise by and finish everything else. I wonder if you guys would do the same. But I completed 4 crown Stories of Legend and got to Eden. Now, as for Uncanny Legends, I I tried doing a couple of the stages, like the upper crowns. I was like, yeah, fuck this shit. I don't want to do this. This is already a pain in the fucking ass. So, Uncanny Legends, who knows when the hell I'll ever complete that? Who knows? But the cool thing about um, the coming updates to Battle Cats is that they are adding, what is it? They're adding I think a final stage or an encounter that you unlock when you complete all the zombie stages. And I think they're adding another zombie like set of zombie stages. I think to chapter 3 or something. And the cool thing about that is if you do that encounter, you get a true form of unit, but you also get a legend ticket, which is very huge because that means in base game you have a way to get a legend ticket. They recently added the dojo, um, and with that you're able to get dark cat's eyes, which we weren't able to get at all unless it was from events, like very specific events, or shilling out your cat food um, during like promotions. Like you pull 11, and if you pull 11 again, you get dark cat's eye. You pull more, you get 2 dark cat's eyes, so on and so forth. Like it makes you want to spend your cat food to roll the gacha. That was the only ways you were able to get them, and of course paying for them, which I have not spent a single cent on Battle Cats. I have been completely F2P with that game, using all of the resources that are available within the base game itself, and that's how I'm keeping it. There's no reason to really spend money on Battle Cats for me either. No. I spent money on other gacha games, but I I say this in all honesty, Battle Cats is like the most friendliest gacha game that's ever existed. For a multitude of reasons that I will not be explaining because that would take forever. But would I recommend Battle Cats to anybody who's just looking for something to try out, if they like it, wanting a bit of a gacha game? I recommend it. There is a lot you can do with what the game gives you. It's a very generous game. Not overly generous to the point where it feels like, okay, they're giving me too much. No, it's at the right level of generous. Where if you work hard in the game, you do like everything, you do events, you will get rewarded. It's a really great game. That's why I like it so much. Okay, but the other game, I've been like on the mobile grind basically. The other game was Brawl Stars. Been on and off with that. Trying to get a couple characters to max level. Recently got the penguin, little fucker, who throws the suitcase and deploys little shitters. I got him to max level like recently. And it's I've been having fun being a little fucker with my little spawner, whatever it is. If you know, you know. But probably putting that down again soon until the I don't know the next whatever I feel like picking it back up again. Again, it's like I like the game, but I don't want to. I don't like playing it all the time. Got it. Although I will say I'd be 100 more times likely to come back to Brawl Stars than I ever would Clash Royale. I haven't touched Clash Royale in years, and I want to keep it that way because now they have everybody has Evos, and that's a kind of a good thing, but also I doubt that getting Evos is still any easier than it was back when Evos were first coming out. I bet they're still hard as fucking balls and take a shit ton of resources to focus. Not to mention I wasn't even level 15 because what is that, the elite level? I'm doing quotations. I got really pissed during that update because I hit the max level before that, which was 14, I think, right? And then they came out with elite levels. I'm like, nah. That's when I left the game. I couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't. And I'm keeping it that way. I don't think I will be coming back to that game anytime soon. Yeah, another thing that uh, I got to experience was the Daft Punk event in Fortnite. Originally, I watched I literally got up in the morning and I booted up YouTube on my TV. And I looked around and I saw Doki Bird was streaming, and she was streaming the Daft Punk event at God knows what time it was for her in the morning. I think it was like 3 in the morning for her. And I was awake like 8, I think, or something. But point is, she got up really early. Uh, because she basically streamed it during the premiere hours, right? And I decided to sit down and watch and be like, you know what? I don't know if I'd want to go to like boot up Fortnite to see this thing myself. We'll get into that in a bit, but I watched her stream that event, and it looked amazing, like fucking amazing. Like I don't know if any other Fortnite events have been on the same level as the Daft Punk one. That shit was so good that I had to get in game to check it out for myself. And I'll tell you, I've been to that event like at least 5 times with different character skins, just enjoying myself, man. That shit is an experience, dude. It kept me coming back just to fucking keep reliving the experience. It's so good. I really recommend it. If you guys haven't went to the Fortnite event for Daft Punk, uh, I recommend it. It's so fucking good. Another thing that made me that this event made me realize is that a lot of like music I've listened to in the past that I never made the connection that a bunch of songs that I heard at the Daft Punk event, I'm like, wait a minute, they made this, and then I'm like, they made this one too. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I never knew they made this song or this music. Like it was from Daft Punk. Like my eyes opened like on a whole nother level. Like I never knew that they made these songs that I've heard over the years. I was like, wow, dude. It's like I fucking love this shit. I love it. Maybe appreciate them like a lot. Just going to this event. They basically retired like 5 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago. Which is don't remind me how old I am. You know, people who must have went to the Daft Punk like the actual real life like events must have had the time of their fucking lives, man. Especially knowing that the event in Fortnite, what was it, Alive, is based on a real event that they did in 2007. 2000 fucking 7, dude. That's crazy. Like I didn't know it was that long ago. Dang. And the mixes there are so fucking good, dude. Even to this day, they're fucking bangers. It's crazy that back then they were still making like they perfected it so well that they just brought back like basically the entire experience of that 2007 event into Fortnite, and with enhanced like visuals, of course. But god damn, dude, people who must have went to that original event like must have had the time of their fucking lives. But yeah, I really like that event. Really, really like it. It has piqued my interest to possibly check out some other um, um events, music events. Given if it's like something that I like. I did have an interest in Daft Punk, uh, so that's what kind of maybe like even tune into that stream with that Doki was doing in the first place. Also because I Doki's funny as well. I love her. I wish I could catch more of her streams. Her laughing is so infectious. She's a wonderful individual. Yeah, that's really the only notable things that I wrote down that have been going that I only notable things that I can think of that I've been doing recently, I guess you could say. I haven't been really playing anything else outside of those things. From Battle Cats, Brawl Stars, or checking out the Daft Punk event. I hadn't really been playing that much. Though, I have been hopping on a certain fighting game um, once out of the week. I'm not going to tell you what game because there's probably some of you freaks foaming at the mouth to try to get at me in it. Because there's definitely somebody who has been asking. I'm not going to tell you what it is. If you'd like to know, you can stop by my next stream and I could tell you what game it is. If you want to hold me to that, you want to ask me that, then I will gladly tell you what fighting game it is that I got recently. Um, but other than that, I think we are reaching the closing of this little update video. Not really little. It's just I don't know how long it's gonna be edited down to, but as long as I get my points across, that's all that really matters, and that you guys are informed and you all know that I am doing well. I didn't die, and I just took a little break. Unplanned, but I took a break nonetheless, and I'm hoping to get back into streaming this month actually, because it is spooky month. And with that, I would say, uh, be on the lookout for this coming week. I'm not gonna say what day exactly, but I would say keep your eyes on this following week, and I'm hoping to be back streaming very soon, because I think it's about time. I missed you all. Hope you're all doing well. Sorry, I'm really bad at making announcements like this, but I hope we can all have some fun together again real soon. So, uh, I'm going to close this out now and just say thank you for watching this, for listening to me, and thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I will see you all again very soon. So, till then, everybody, take care and goodbye.